So just doing a quick video here. I've said before that I'm applying for the Vacant Home Grant, which is a grant for homes that have been vacant for more than 2 years. So it's up to 50,000 in order to fix up the house and make it habitable. There's two ways you can do it. You can do it in one way, and that's to, if you're intending on renting the accommodation. The other is if it's going to be your primary residence. So I'm the latter. This is going to be my primary residence. So I am waiting right now for the inspector from Mayo County Council to come inspect the house. So basically I have sent in my application to them. They've gone through the application and now they're sending out this person. I think it's an engineer. So they're sending this person out to have a look at the house. They photograph it, they ask some questions. Basically, from my understanding, they're here to try and assess whether all the things I quoted for in my application, so say I said, I need to redo the bathroom, or I need to get some ceilings replaced. So basically they're coming out to say, or to see if, well, does the bathroom actually need to be done? Does the ceiling actually need to be replaced? So that person is coming out here due in about 30 minutes. So just wanted to do a quick video on this, and once they leave I'm going to do another video, just tell you how it went, what they said, what I was asked, just so you have a bit of an idea. Okay, so the inspector was just here, and we were standing out in the rain for a while, so I'm wet. Okay, so just to give you an idea, he came in, he had my application form, he had a form himself at the front of it where he had the details of the property, and then he asked some specific questions. So he asked how many bedrooms there are, he asked how many bedrooms I was intending on keeping, he asked about, the house here is a bungalow, so he asked about the attic, he asked was I intending to go up into the attic, I said no. Now one thing that was asked that is specific to my case and probably not a lot of other people's cases, but there's a question about whether this house is connected to the main sewage. So there is a septic pit out in the back garden. I've had an engineer look at it and he has said nothing has come into this in years, even though I was flushing the toilet while he was down there to see. So he said the water is not coming down there. So there's two possibilities. One is that there's a blockage somewhere and that's why it's not going down there. The other is that the house is actually connected to the town sewage. Now I have contacted Irish Water. I think last week was my 4th time asking the same question. So I have emailed their new connections email and asked, can you tell me whether this house is connected to the mains in terms of sewage? I've had them come back saying, if you're looking for maps, do this, do that. I've gone back and said, no, I just want to find out, I just want confirmation as to whether it is actually connected or not. I've had one person come back to me and say that yes, it is connected. I have another person who came back to me and said, no, it is not connected. I'm trying again now in order to see if I can get a final answer. To be honest, where I'm actually at now is I'm thinking of buying a tracker, like just one that you connect to your phone, a GPS tracker, flushing it and seeing where it goes, because I just can't get an answer. So the inspector asked, is the house on the mains? And I had to tell him, look, I don't know for sure whether it is. And he said, okay, if it is not, he said, I'm going to have to make a note of that. I said, that was fine. He said, he said, you'll have to either, get a new septic tank or get connected. And I said, okay. So I said, if it was a case that the house is not connected to the mains, that I'm going to have to do that. I said, I haven't claimed anything for that in my claim, my application. So in that case, can I get that done? Can I get my connection, but have it apart from my grant application? As in, is my grant application an approval? Is it, does it depend on it? So what he said is, in a week or two, he said, you'll get an approval letter out. He said, what will happen then is, he said, what the real, like, he said, it's like a, what am I thinking? It's like, it's an approval, but it's not a real approval almost. It's, like he said, it's going to be the invoices that you give at the end that are going to match with what you applied for, basically. So from what I understood is, you'll get approval, but that does not mean that you will get that money. The actual approval at the end will depend on what invoices you give, what receipts you give at the end. So that was interesting to note. Now he did say, for me personally, if I don't have a connection set up, or if I don't have a septic tank set up, I will not get the grant money, because the house will not be deemed habitable, which is one of the conditions of the grant. It has to be habitable when you're finished. So he said, if you're not connected, if there's no connection for your sewage, then that house is deemed not habitable. So that was interesting for me, and he did leave and said that, you know, I would need to get that confirmation from Irish Water. Now I told him about the back and forth with Irish Water, and he said, you know, contact a councillor, you know, get them to put the pressure on Irish Water to get it done. So yeah, I found that was interesting. After that, then he really just took pictures of each of the rooms, the corridors, the cracks, and basically said, yeah, this all seems, he was like, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't get it. He asked, did he ask anything else? I don't think so. I think he just kind of, like, I have gutted this house. I have, like, stripped carpets, I've stripped wallpaper, I've stripped everything. And he said, you haven't done anything that you've claimed for, like, you haven't done anything already that you're looking to claim for. And I said, no, this has all just been me. I'm not claiming for it, it's obviously myself. And he said, that's fine, because obviously you wouldn't be able to claim for something that you've already done. I also was telling him that I'm going to be doing a lot of work myself, and he said, that's fine, just remember, you can't claim for your own labour. Which I said, yeah, I absolutely know that. So that was it. He just took pictures inside and outside. Very quick. He was not here very long at all. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Very nice guy, very amiable, and you know, I felt I could ask him the questions, you know, and I really did get him to clarify about the septic tank and stuff. So yeah, that was my meeting with the inspector. So hopefully my letter will arrive out pretty soon.